I recently did a poll to find out what animal people dream about the most, and I thought it would be dogs, but it's actually cats. Most people dream about cats, at least in my poll. That's who answered. So in this video, I'll talk about what it means when you dream about a cat. Hi, my name is Karen, and I like to study and talk about dreams and dream interpretation and do dream interpretations for people. If you've ever had a dream about a cat, please put it in the comments below. In this video, I'm going to talk about what cats mean. I'll do a second video that you can watch that will tell you what if you don't like what happens in the dream if it's about a cat. So you can watch that video after this one. In my video about dogs, I said that one of the things that you can do when you dream about a dog, as soon as you wake up from a dream, you can understand that a dog probably is talking about trust and loyalty. So for a cat, when you wake up from a dream and you've had a cat in the dream, there is a shortcut for you there too, and it's generally an independent spirit. So when we think about cats, cats are definitely much more independent when it comes to how they interact with us than dogs are. So generally in a dream, a cat represents your independent qualities, your independent spirit. Remember, most things in a dream are an aspect of the dreamer, and they're talking about qualities within you, qualities within the dreamer. So a cat is going to represent a quality within you. The number one thing that a cat means in a dream is your independent spirit. Another thing that cat can represent in a dream is creativity. I like this meaning because there's been times in my life when I've been really focusing on my creativity, and I tended to dream about cats more at that time. So it was talking about my own creativity and the independence of my creativity. How you feel about cats in real life can affect the meaning of cat in your dream. So just like with dogs, if you've had a run-in with a cat, you don't like cats, cats are something that you might be worried about or afraid of, or I've known many people that are allergic to cats, and so they tend to be, I don't want to be around a cat. That's something that I'd rather not do. And in that case, that kind of way that you feel about cats is going to also affect what it means for you in your dream. It can still mean an independent spirit. It could also have an element of caution for you that might not pertain to somebody else who lives with cats and has a bunch of cats and is not cautious around them. So if you're cautious around cats, that quality is also going to affect the meaning of the symbol in your dream. Another thing that cats represent, whether you're a man or a woman, are feminine aspects of your personality. So the feminine aspects are things that are more receiving, more flowy, less structured, more giving and nurturing. And so that's what a cat can also represent, depending on what else is happening in the dream and what else is happening in real life. I say this in every video. Look at what was happening to you 2 or 3 days before you had the dream to get an idea of what the dream might be talking about. That's not always true, but that's a good place to start. Sometimes your dream is about what happened yesterday, but many times your dream is about something that happened 2 or 3 days previously. The definitions of cat that I'm talking about right now are general definitions. They're a place to start when you're trying to interpret your dream, and I do use the dictionary dreammoods.com, but every person has their own spin on what a symbol can mean, and so that's a good place to start when you're trying to interpret your dream, is what are some of the most common meanings of this symbol. But another thing you can do to make it more personal to you is, how would you describe a cat to someone from another planet who didn't know what a cat was? What 3 kinds of phrases or words would you use to tell the person this is what a cat is? And once you have those 3 things written down or in your head, then you can see if those may be the qualities that the cat represents for you. So if I've dreamed that if I've had a dream and there's a cat in my dream, how would I describe a cat? I don't know. Cats just are, right? How do you describe what a cat is to someone who doesn't know what a cat is? And I think I would probably also say a cat is a wonderful animal that is a pet, a companion. I would probably say companion for cat as well. I would think of companion for dog, but also for a cat. So a cat is a companion. So if I was to tell someone, well, a cat is a companion in your home, then I can see if that makes sense in the context of my dream. Is cat as companion relevant to what's happening in the dream or to something that's happening in my real life? So that's another way you can use to decide what a symbol means in your dream. Often what the cat is doing can have different kinds of meanings, but most of them seem to come back to independence and an independent spirit. So for example, if you are in the dream and you can't find your cat is lost, you're looking for your cat, that's you, that symbolizes you looking for your independent spirit, you feeling like you don't have the freedom that you want or that you can do the things that you want to do. Maybe even a message telling you to give yourself that freedom or to allow yourself to take free time for yourself. Dreams about loss or looking for something or searching for something are very frustrating dreams. I'm going to do another video about that soon. But just remember that if you're looking for something, so in this case, looking for a cat, then the dream is talking about how you feel when you're awake, that you have lost or you're looking for this quality that the symbol represents. If the cat is biting, that can represent the feeling that you are taking and not giving. Again, you want to look at what's going on in your waking life, and are you in a place where you feel like you're just taking from others and you're not giving? So a biting cat represents independence that's maybe gone too far, or that you're worried is going too far. Another thing that I like to talk about dreams is they're not telling you that you're doing something wrong, and they're not telling you that something bad is going to happen to you. They are your expressions of anxieties and worries about things that are happening. So it doesn't mean that you are being selfish. It means that you're worried about being selfish, and you can decide for yourself if you're truly being selfish or taking and not giving to others. If a cat scratches in a dream, whether it scratches you or someone else, that can represent that you feel threatened. So it means that there's something happening in real life that you feel threatened by, and you'll know how to put that together in the dream with what else is happening in the dream. So if you see a black cat in a dream, I do get people asking me every once in a while, oh, I saw a black cat, what does that mean? And they feel like it means something bad because we're kind of conditioned to think that black cats are spooky and that black cats mean something scary. Actually, in a dream, the black cat represents your intuition, and a lot of people are afraid of their intuition. A lot of people don't listen to their intuition. I think that's changing right now, but it just tends to be a habit that we fear our intuition. And so we see the black cat in the dream and we fear the black cat. And actually it's kind of saying, hey, don't fear your intuition. Don't be afraid of it. You can embrace your intuition. You can listen to your intuition. So it may be that you are starting to think about those things in your waking life, and then you'll have a dream where the dream is encouraging you and saying it's okay to think about your intuition. Don't be afraid to face it and listen to what it's telling you. So if the cat is dead in your dream or dying, that is also about the loss of your independence, feeling like you're losing your independence. So if you're in a situation where you have to move back home, right, and live with your parents again, you might dream that a cat has died, because that's a classic kind of symbol of having a loss of independence. And that would probably happen a few days after you've made that decision, or when you're in the midst of trying to decide and make that decision. It doesn't mean you're gonna lose your independence. It means that you're worried about the fact that you might lose your independence. And it's up to you to decide, okay, what can I do to make sure that I don't lose my independence when I move back home? If a cat is playful, guess what that means in a dream? It's talking about your playful side. It's talking about your frisky nature. It's talking about play, maybe encouraging you to play or reminding you that you can play, or you're doing something and it's feeling good and you're playful, and the dream is going to reflect that. Dreams don't always tell us about our worries and anxieties. Sometimes dreams tell us about the good things that we feel. Sometimes they help us to relive good things that are happening. They are kind of visualizations of positive things that we hope happen, and the frisky, playful cat in a dream is one of those ways that that happens. If you are in a dream and there's a lot of cats and they're just going crazy, that represents chaos and disorganization. There was a commercial a long time ago of these cowboys. They were cat wranglers and they were trying to wrangle the cats, and it was so funny. And I think about this when I think about having too many cats or a lot of cats in a dream and they're just all going crazy and they're going everywhere, is the fact that it's chaos. It's representing a feeling of things being out of control in your life and going in different directions. Everything's going in different directions, or you might feel like you're being pulled in a bunch of different directions, and that's what that represents in the dream. If you have a dream where you see two cats, two identical looking cats, that is talking about the balance of your needs with others' needs. So it's basically a symbol of balancing people's needs with your needs. It may mean that you need to do that, or it may mean that you are doing that. Again, dreams aren't telling you what you're supposed to do. They're talking about things that you're concerned about, and you decide what you do with it. If you like what you're hearing so far, go ahead and click the like button so more people can find out what it means when they dream about a cat. Thank you. If you haven't seen the video on what it means when you dream about a dog, go ahead and click that next. If I've uploaded it, there will also be a video on what to do if you don't like what the cat is doing in your dream. What can you do about it when you wake up? Can you do something? It could be a nightmare. Most people don't have cat nightmares. Like they might have a nightmare about sharks, say, but you still could have a nightmare and a cat would be in it. So that video is going to talk about what do you do with that kind of dream that you don't like. You can follow me over on Instagram at Caryndreams. Please subscribe to the channel to get new videos every week. Thank you for watching this one, and I will see you in the next video.